Do you ever feel like you're just constantly stressed and there's no way out of it? Well, today we are going to share a handful of tips with you to manage that stress better.
We all hear so much advice: reduce stress, manage your stress. But then we often feel like, how the hell do I do it? Give me tangible tips and ways to actually reduce stress. And that's why we're filming this video for you today. In case if you're thinking, oh, it's fine to be stressed, why do I even have to manage it? Then let me share this with you. Chronic stress is the #1 cause for all disease. What is the difference between chronic stress and regular stress? So if you're just once in a while stressed, like before a big exam or before a big presentation, that's totally fine. But if you feel like day in and day out you're always stressed and always like pulling hair out of your head, or even like mildly in your body just always feel like the background anxiety and stress, this is actually pretty deadly and it can cause a whole array of hormonal disbalance, diseases, and just really take a toll on your body long term. So that's why you want to prioritize stress management.
Yes, and not to mention burnout too. So long chronic stress causes burnout, and then you won't be performing at work, you won't be present with your family, you won't be interested in pursuing any of your passions. So hopefully these tips can improve some of that if you feel like you're suffering from that type of stress. So tip #1 that I'm going to give for you is mindful breathing techniques. So when you practice breathing techniques, you're going to put your body into a parasympathetic state. And in that state, you're just going to naturally start to relax, and then that stress will kind of like float away. So my favorite breathing technique to do is box breathing. So you're going to breathe in for 4 count, hold for 4 count, exhale for 4 count, hold for 4 count, and then repeat that cycle as many times as it takes. It usually takes me about 30 seconds to a minute to start feeling the effects of that. And then it's just from there, you know, just being mindful of that breath.
That's a very powerful one, because if you notice when you're stressed, most of the time your breathing is really shallow, or sometimes you're even holding your breath. And that is like your body is really tense. So what you can do is like what Jonathan said, manipulate your breath, because our well-being in our body is really affecting how we're feeling in our mind as well. So you can, like Jonathan said, either incorporate box breathing, or you just notice that and inhale deeply and exhaling deeply. And whenever you exhale longer than when you inhale, like so exhaling longer, then your body will automatically turn on the relaxation mode. So you can either do box breathing, or you can inhale in the count of 4 and hold for 6, and then exhaling for 8. So inhale for 4, hold for 6, exhaling for 8. So again, exhaling for longer than inhaling automatically makes your body relax more.
Excellent. Let's move on to tip #2. And what is it?
Tip #2 is physical activity. A lot of us have sedentary lifestyle and we don't move our bodies enough. Do you ever notice how when you're like working all day or you're at home with your children, you're really stressed and tense? What you can do is literally take a little walk around the block in your office, or just like walk around your home, or go to a Pilates class, or better yet, a yoga class. And I guarantee you, you'll feel 100 times better. But only if you're actually present with your movement. Because if you're in a yoga class or Pilates class and you're still thinking about the things that is stressing you out, you probably won't feel much less stressed. But if you're actually present with your movement, you're at the gym or go to a dance class, or even if you don't have all that time, turn on your favorite song, like Taylor Swift, Shake It Off, and really just shake it off, and you will most likely feel much better.
Another one I'm going to just mention for in the office. So what I do when I'm at work and I'm feeling really stressed, I'll just get up from my desk and I'll go and I'll walk up and down the stairs like 10-15 times. Just go from the first floor to the second floor, and then that usually makes me start feeling a really, decompressed, a lot of less stress, get my mind off of whatever that work is. So just something simple as that. Oh, coming at you with tip #3 is we want you to prioritize your self-care. And self-care kind of looks different for everybody else. So for us, we like to read in the evenings before bed. That's a great way to decompress. Also, things that you can do is you can take a bath, you can give yourself like a little spa treatment at home, go get a massage, something that just is prioritizing that self-care for you.
And also self-care doesn't always just have to be like massages and taking a bath, which are incredible. Self-care can also look like waking up extra early, doing meditation, going to a yoga class. It can also be setting boundaries with your loved ones. That's choosing you, right? Choosing what's right for you. It can also be taking time to cook yourself a delicious meal and really just put on some music and cooking with candles and really taking your time and singing along while you're cooking something really nutritious and something really healthy, and then really slowing down and sitting down and eating without watching TV, or maybe turning on your favorite episode and eating that beautiful meal that you just made. So really think outside of the box when it comes to self-care. What makes you feel nourished?
And there's plenty of things. Whatever hobby you have, if you feel like you've been overwhelmed at work and stressed out because of you don't have enough time, take that time to go do your hobby. You know, if you want to stay at home and you want to, like, I like to build Legos, so, you know, maybe I'll build a Lego set if I'm, you know, just prioritizing that self-care any way that fits you.
Exactly. And it can be as simple as prioritizing sleep as well. Maybe you have been running around and being sleep deprived and over caffeinating, maybe just prioritizing sleep. Make sure that you sleep for at least a few nights in a row for 8 hours or even more, and then your body will be way less in this fight or flight or in intense mode.
That's a good one just in general for reducing stress, is just sleep better. And we'll talk about that in another video for you guys.
Yes.
But let's carry on. So what is number 4?
Number 4 is practicing gratitude. Whenever you feel stressed about something, if you think about it, you're in a state of fear, right? You're future tripping. You're thinking about something in the future that you're worried about, or somebody made you angry and you're thinking about what's not there, or maybe something bad that's there. So what gratitude does is shifts you from that state of fear, future worrying, and thinking about lack or about something that is negative in your life. You're shifting your focus into what is beautiful in my life, what is working in my life, what are the things in my life that I'm so appreciative of, and what is going well. Think about the things that you're grateful for, and don't just list, okay, my parents and my health, you know, like actually feel. And I'm just making fun because that's what I used to do too. We all sometimes, because we hear the advice, think of the things that you're grateful for, and we just list them without actually feeling in our bodies. Like actually talk, like write a whole paragraph about it. And if you're talking to somebody, speak about why, and like really feel. Like, for example, I'm grateful for my health, right? And instead of just saying I'm grateful for my health, like, I'm grateful for my health because I feel good in my body, because I finally feel good energy, I finally feel healthy this week, you know. And like just like really feel the feelings of gratitude, and I guarantee you, again, like the stress will just melt away in a second.
Yeah, and to touch on that last point about feeling it and like why you feel grateful for it, do it with a friend, do it with your family, do it with your partner. We share our gratitudes. And if Anne, you know, expresses something, I can ask her, say, hey, you know, why are you grateful for that? What about that makes you feel gratitude? And I know that we've kind of beaten this into your guys' head. We've talked about gratitude a lot, but it is just so important for all aspects of your life to just feel grateful for the things that you have.
Absolutely. It increases your happiness, reduces your stress, like makes you sleep better, just makes you a happier and nicer person to be around, and that just makes you feel better inside. So why not? And it's free.
Just be grateful, damn it. Number 5, saying no and setting boundaries. So it's really important when you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed and there's just so much going on that you set healthy boundaries and you say no to things. So if people are constantly coming to you, asking for your time, asking for your attention, and you just already have too much going on, it's okay. I'm telling you, if you have a hard time with this or you feel like you can't do it, I'm going to tell you right now, it is okay to say no. Please tell them no. Set the boundaries. Do not overextend yourself. Your mental state and your stress is affecting you. So tell them no if they're overextending you, please. You got it. Yes. I know it's hard.
As a recovering people pleaser, I also know that a lot of people struggle with people pleasing and are also working on recovering from it. So I have a very hard time of saying no. I notice whenever I'm super stressed, it's most likely I said yes to too many things, especially the things that I don't really from inside of me want to do. So a lot of it is honestly coming down to, like Jonathan said, saying no to things and really owning that no. Don't be like, oh, let me think about it, maybe, like, no, you know what, I'd rather not, or maybe right now I have other priorities, and just be, you can still be nice about it. And when you do that, like, take off things off your plate and do the things that truly just bring you joy, you'll feel so much less stress.
So there's actually this book called The Courage to Be Disliked, and I'll put a picture or something right here and the author and the title so you guys can see it. But that book would really help if you're a recovering people pleaser, or you just have a problem saying no or setting boundaries. That would be a good book to check out.
Yeah, Jonathan is saying that because that book helped me a lot, and he is not a people pleaser. Jonathan is always just like, no, it's like, why are you even thinking about it? But I shared with him throughout this like past couple of months that I was reading the book. I've been reading this book, and how much it really helped me. And it truly like helps you own your no and be okay with saying no and not care what other people think and feel about it. Obviously, you're not gonna be like an ass.
Don't be, yeah, don't be rude.
Doesn't mean that you're gonna be an ass.
Yeah.
You just choose yourself, and sometimes people will react, and that's okay. But you're not hurting anybody. You're just honoring yourself. So, yeah, that book is incredible if you are a people pleaser and have fear of, disappointing others, or fear of failure or anything like that.
So taking us into number 6, what is that?
This one is my personal favorite, is spending time in nature. I can't imagine somebody being in nature and being stressed out unless they're there but they're not really there. You know what I mean? Have you ever been in nature and you're still in your head? Like, I can sometimes see, I go on a hike and I see 2 girls that say, oh, people are talking, and the person is like really into the drama that they're talking about, right? But so they're not really there in nature. But if you're like nature bathing, what is it called? Forest bathing, or if you're in by the beach and you're really soaking in every single wave and the sand and the sun, and you're being present with nature, and honestly just bringing yourself to the present moment in general instead of in your head being stressed out about what you're thinking about, can make such a huge difference. So if you're stressed and you're indoors a lot, spend time in nature. Make it a point to go somewhere in the park, or go hike somewhere in the forest or at the beach, whatever is available to you, and really marvel at every single tree, every single grass, every single flower, every single bird. And that is a huge tip to manage your stress as well.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm just going to add into a way that you can help to be present in that moment is doing grounding techniques. So when you're out there, just take your headphones, leave your headphones in the car, don't listen to music, and just like name 3 things that you can smell, 3 things that you can hear, 3 things that you can see, 3 things that you can touch in that area you're in, and that will just help you ground and become present. And one of my favorite things about being outside and being in nature is the smells, to be honest. It's like all the different trees and the flowers, and it's just really nice to have that, and that helps calm my nervous system at least.
Yeah, and it's just usually a reminder that you're okay, everything is okay. Abundance is right there, and it's just like a part of nature, so it puts you in perspective.
When you said abundance is right there, it made me think of when we went to Hawaii and we were hiking through the botanical gardens, and I'm just like, this is what life is supposed to be like, because it's like, you just like, it's just so pleasant. It's like the air is fresh, it smells nice, the sun and the animals and the noises, and
yeah, it reminds you you're part of this bigger thing, instead of just that little thing that feels so big because you're so stressed out about it.
Okay, the last one on our list today, number 7, is spending time with people that make you feel safe and uplift your spirits. So this can be your friends, this can be your family, this can be your partner, whoever that is. Spend time intentionally with people that make you feel good, that calm you down, that don't bring you stress, that aren't going to be talking about drama and gossiping or talking shit about your workplace with coworkers. Spend time with those people that genuinely uplift you and bring safety to your core.
Yes, with who you feel safe, who maybe challenge your perspective on the thing that you're stressed about. And that takes courage from you. That takes you being okay with being challenged, right? But ultimately, if you know that they have good intentions and want the best for you, that can also be very beneficial when you're stressed.
Yeah, that's the safe part, is trusting that they have your best interest, even if they're expressing things that
Yes.
are uncomfortable for you inside.
Yeah, laughing with your friend, it can be so powerful. Another bonus point for me, what really helps me when I feel stressed out is either reading like a self-development or spiritual book, or listening to a podcast that really helps me shift my perspective. That always helps me. So for me, it's like Super Soul Sundays by Oprah Winfrey, something like reading a book from Eckhart Tolle or Michael Singer, who also has a podcast, and A School of Greatness. Like, just listening to those podcasts, like they have such powerful interviews, or The Secret, and they help me shift into a state of gratitude, or thinking about the things that I desire or I want, or I don't know, it always helps me feel better, especially if I'm reading before bed, if I'm like stressed out and I can't sleep. Journaling first, writing out everything that I'm thinking about, and then, which by the way, journaling is also a great tip for stress management. If you, before sleep, let's say, or whenever you're stressed throughout the day, you're like you have so much in your head, writing things out. Oh my goodness, that should be tip number 8, right? Let's put all of this number 8, journaling and podcasts and books. Writing things out can really help, instead of having it all be mushed in your head and thinking like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. But when you write out, you're like, oh, I know what to do. This option seems better than the other option. Write it out, read something that is inspiring, or listen to a podcast that is inspiring, that can help shift your perspective. And that's all we have for today.
Or you could watch some of our videos to get some other health and wellness tips, and click the link down below. If you got iPhone, download my app, listen to some affirmations, some meditations. That will definitely reduce some of your stress. It's a free download, and let me know if you like it. Let me know if you want me to add anything else.
For sure. When I'm stressed, if I listen to Jonathan's app, or like a guided meditation or affirmations, that definitely helps me de-stress. Absolutely, with no doubt.
Thank you everybody for checking out the video. This was just a handful of tips on how to stress manage better. Hopefully some of these helps. I know that, sometimes watching these videos, you have questions that we're not really answering. These are just meant to be short form, quick fix ideas to help here and there. But if you need a little bit more, Anne is a wonderful resource for that, and I'll let her talk a little bit more.
If you feel like you're stuck in your life and there's so much going on and you're just always stressed, and you've tried maybe all of these tips and like you don't know how to implement them, or you still feel like you're stressed, then I'm here for you. I help a lot of my clients manage their stress. A lot of my clients are very busy business owners and professionals, so sometimes you're so close to your issue and you need to talk to somebody who helps you shift your perspective, see things other ways, or help you see what's possible and what can be removed or what can be added in what way. So I'm here for you if you need personalized one-on-one guidance. Click in the Calendly link below that Jonathan's going to put there, and you can schedule your very first consultation call. I am increasing my prices October 6th. Make sure you click the link today to secure current pricing. And I'm also upgrading my coaching program completely, so I'm very excited to share that with you. See you soon. Thank you for watching.
Thanks guys. Bye.